The occasion was supposed to be a simple corporate gathering, a low-key festivity to commemorate my spouse's success with her most recent project. She had invested her soul into it, and I was thrilled to be there supporting her. As we stepped into the venue, the atmosphere thrummed with vitality, music reverberated, laughter rang out, and glasses chimed in toasts. Her coworkers welcomed her with genuine affection, clearly accustomed to her presence. She shone in the moment, exuding confidence and delight. But then I noticed him. Marcus, tall and charismatic, carried himself with a familiarity around my wife that unsettled me. His hug lasted a beat too long, his smile stretched a touch too broad, and he barely acknowledged me at first. When she introduced us, he gave a brief nod before turning his attention back to her, as if I were a shadow in the room. Initially, I dismissed it. Maybe he was just outgoing. But the way he placed his hand on her shoulder, leaned close to whisper in her ear, and cast sly glances my way while making her laugh, it was undeniable. He wasn't just a colleague. He was testing boundaries, and my gut told me so. We mingled with the crowd, engaging in conversations with her other team members, but Marcus kept weaving himself into our interactions. He even slipped in a few subtle jabs at me, disguised as jest. Comments like, "How do you manage to keep up with her, pal?" Or "We probably spend more time together than you two do." The crowd chuckled awkwardly, but I held my tongue, my jaw clenched. I kept my cool, but my gaze stayed locked on him. Then came the moment that changed the night's course. Someone suggested a game, truth or dare, of all things. I wasn't thrilled, but my wife gave me a gentle nudge, assuring me it would be fun. To keep the peace, I agreed. Marcus settled across from me, his lips twisting into a cocky smirk, as if he relished the chance to stir trouble. When his turn came, he picked dare and locked eyes with me. "I dare you," he declared, his voice cutting through the room. "To show everyone how tough you really are. Let's arm wrestle, just the two of us." The chatter hushed, the tension palpable. My wife's face betrayed a hint of worry, but she said nothing. Marcus was clearly aiming to humiliate me in front of her. I didn't respond immediately. My gaze shifted to him, then to my wife, then back to him. "All right," I said calmly. "Let's do it." We cleared a space on the table as the crowd gathered around. What began as a playful challenge had morphed into something much weightier. Our hands locked, and I saw the assurance in his eyes. He was certain he'd overpower me from the start. What he didn't know was that I'd been lifting weights for years, never making a show of it until now. The match began, and he pushed hard, aiming for a quick win. I held steady, my arm immovable. Slowly, I turned the tide, forcing his wrist back as his face twisted with strain. In seconds, I slammed his hand down onto the table with a solid thud. The room erupted with gasps and applause. Marcus sat stunned, his bravado crumbled, his smirk gone. He rubbed his wrist, mumbling something about not being at his best. My wife shot me a look of amazement, a glint in her eyes I hadn't seen in a while. It felt good, not just the victory, but the quiet strength I'd shown. From that point on, Marcus kept his distance, barely looking my way for the rest of the night. My wife grew warmer, her hand seeking mine more often, her body drawing nearer. It was as if she saw me in a new light, or perhaps remembered who I'd always been. As we left the celebration later, she squeezed my hand firmly and whispered, "You didn't have to do that, but I'm glad you did." I offered a soft smile and kissed her forehead. Some conflicts don't need words, just the right action at the right moment. That evening taught me a profound lesson. Respect sometimes requires more than restraint. It demands standing your ground. Marcus understood that now, and I reminded my wife, and myself, of the man I truly am.